Adding integers part 2 with number lines. All right, so let's model -7, and we're going to put it together with -4. So we have 7 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to put it together with 4 more negatives. Do you notice any zero pairs? Again, what are zero pairs? It's when you have a positive and a negative, they cancel out and become 0. Do you notice any zero pairs here? No. So we're going to put together the 7 negatives with the 4 negatives, so you have -11. So for these 4 problems, sketch with negative or positive. You have 2 negatives. You're going to put it together with 6 positives. Do you think we're going to have more negatives or more positives? I predict we'll have more positives by 4. Is it? These are 0 pairs. So we have 4 positives. Or positive 4 or just 4. 9 put together with 3 negatives. Let's make a prediction. Do you predict there will be more positive or negatives? I think more positive. By how many? So see, we have 9 positives. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to put it together with 3 negatives. These are 0 pairs. So you have 6 positives. Let's make a prediction. We have 4 negatives. We're going to put it together with 4 more negatives. What do you have more of? It seems like it's all negatives. They're all the same sign. If they're all negatives, I don't think anything's going to cancel out. -8. Let's see. I have 4 negatives. I'm going to put it together with 4 more negatives. Do you notice any 0 pairs here? I don't. So, -8. You have 6. You're going to put it together with 8 negatives. Then you're going to put it together, challenge, absolute value of what this is going to be. Let's do the first part right here. 6 plus -8. So I have 6 positives. 1, 2, and I think there's going to be, if I predict, there'll be more negatives by 2. 8 negatives. 5, 6, 7, 8. These are all 0 pair. So far, this with this is -2. Let's do the absolute value. So if you have 4 positive and you put it together with 5 negatives, what do you have more of? You have more negatives. By what? By 1. But what is the absolute value of -1? What's the absolute value again? It's how far is -1 from 0 on a number line. So if I draw a number line, here's -1. How far is -1 from 0? It's 1 unit away. So absolute value of -1 is just 1. Remember, distance is always positive. So I put together -2 with a 1. So here's -2. I put it together with a 1. This becomes 0 pair. The answer is -1. Now we're going to try to do it with a number line. Some people may find this easier than using counters. Your preference. You always start at 0. -5. In the number line, this is the negative side. This is the positive side. In case you forgot, it goes from least to greatest. So if you have to compare and order integers or any rational number, least to greatest. So it says 0, you start at 0, you go back 5 to -5. You're going to go forward 7. So 7 is positive, so 7 means forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is +2 or 2. Let's try the next one. 2 put together with 6 negative. So again, you start at 0. 2 is a positive number, so it's 4. I'm going to put it together with 6 negative. Negative 6 means it goes backward by 6. Let me use a different color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the answers, it stops at the distance is negative 4. Sorry, at a distance. The location of this on this number line is negative 4. So, start at 0. Negative 1 means back 1. Second, we're going to put it together with 7. 7 is a positive, so it's forward by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you're going to put it together with negative 2, which means back by 2. So it is 4. Negative 3 put together with negative 5. So I start at 0. I go back by 3. And I put it together, negative 5, forward back by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it seems like it's negative 8. All right, now, for these 4 problems, let's see if we can mentally solve it without using counters and without using a number line. Number 9, you have 22 negatives. You're putting it with 2 more negatives. That's going to be a lot of negatives. I could predict it's negative 24. 24 negatives. I could draw 22 negatives and 2 more negatives with it. Next one, I have 17 negatives. I'm going to put it with 7 positives. I'm going to have more negatives, but by how many? How many more negatives will I have than this? If it's 17 negatives, I have 7 positives. I think I have 10 more negatives. Next one, I have 10 negatives, and I'm going to put it with 14 positives. What do I have more of? I have more positives. How many extra positives do you have than negative? 4 more. I have 26 negatives. I'm going to put it together with 42 negatives. That's a lot of negatives. That's 68 negatives. And I'm going to put it together with 10 positives. What do I have more of? More negatives. How many more negatives then do I have than positive? 58 negatives. And last, here's 2 word problems. You may use any strategies, counters, number line, or mentally. In the North Pole, the temperature was negative 30 degrees in the morning. If the temperature drops another 5 degrees, so it drops another 5 degrees, what is the temperature now? So it's negative 30 plus negative 5, negative 35. Let's think. You have a thermometer. Remember the vertical number line? Is at negative 30 degrees. It drops 5 more. So it would be negative 35. It's dropping. In Fairbanks, Alaska, the temperature was negative 12 degrees in the morning. If the temperature rises, goes up, rise means positive integer, what is the temperature now? So it's negative 12, it goes up 8. Still very cold, still negative. Negative by what? How many more negatives do I have than positive? By 4. So if you look up here, you have a vertical number line. You have negative 12. It rises by 8. You still have negative 4. So this is adding integers.